What is up? What is up? What is up? We back again with another one. Nice little switch up too. Got the white, nice little screen.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah, just trying to switch it up. Freaking, you guys don't, you wouldn't understand my mind.
Do we like the white? I'm curious if people like the white.
Oh yeah, true. Let us know if you like the white. Let us know if everything sounds good as well. Can you hear Zach?
Okay, there might have there might have been a little echo there. Sorry if there was. Hopefully there's no echo now. Um, Streaming is so weird, guys. It's like there's so many technical difficulties. All right, shout out to everyone in the chat. Harry, what's up? Garrett, what's up? Dev, what's up? I know Dexon will join at some point. Tommy, anyone want a link to crypto mining? Daniel says the white's too bright.
White's too
We're
bright.
getting some,
Okay,
getting some good feedback right
I
now.
love that. Dark mode's always
Arnav
better.
says dark mode's always better. Sounds and looks good from Tommy, your boy Bricks. Looks fresh. I
So
like it.
look, we're,
Okay,
we're
so we
trying
got
to we're
some
trying to figure out
mixed
something.
reviews here. Mixed reviews.
Honestly, if you guys have suggestions and you want the background, sometimes I wanted to do orange. Orange felt like it was too much.
Too much.
Black
Yeah.
is like black feels too dark, and then white feels too bright. I,
Yeah.
I can't find an even medium here, but it's all good.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, we have 15 people watching the stream. Shout out to you. Hey, whether you're watching this back or you're watching it live, our goal is to hit 20 likes on this live stream, okay? So if you can do us a massive favor, hit your boys with a like, and let's see how many likes we can get to right now before we start.
Hmm.
Appreciate you. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We have a massive announcement that we want to make just quickly before we start this
Oh
mock
boy,
draft.
oh boy.
Okay. We started doing these mock drafts a couple months ago. Everyone started to love them, and we've
Hmm.
really started to build an awesome community, not only through these live streams, but just through some amazing people. But we are officially announcing that we have opened our follower Dynasty Leagues. Okay.
That's right.
Um, and that is through Patreon. So, Badaki, tell people about that as I find the link to send it
Yeah,
in the chat.
absolutely. Look, the best way if you want to join our dynasty or redrafts, or even the best of both worlds, where you can play dynasty and redrafts, you can go to our link in our description, solo.to, and then that's patreon.com/fantasyland. Fam, if you want to support the show, one, and two, if you just want to play fantasy football with both of us, whether it's redraft or dynasty, and being a long term kind of relationship with us in a dynasty league, you can join that. And we're really excited about that. We cannot wait. We officially announced that. Zach is going to put that link in the description or in the chat as well. So check it out.
Yeah.
And we have the best of both worlds, where you save $5 when you join, instead of paying $10 each when you join redraft leagues and a dynasty league, which is a really good deal.
Yeah, I will say quickly about the Dynasty League. Um, it's going to be limited. The redraft leagues won't be limited, but
Right.
Dynasty leagues will be limited because we want to make sure that we're able to keep up with it, and it's a great league and we're able to manage it. Um, so don't miss out because those will be limited to a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
Um, might be some questions about this quickly. Yes, there is it's basically like a monthly fee to join the league, right? And I hope that you guys, when you play in a league, there's money attached to that league, because when you win, it's great to win, but you want that cash prize. So what happens is when you sign up to play in our Dynasty League, if you win in your league, in our league, then you win all the money back that you gave to us anyway.
Shout out to Ryan for subscribing.
If
Thanks,
if you
fella.
don't win, then you're just supporting the show. So check it out, guys. The link is right there. And would love to play with whoever wants to play. We got Dynasty, redraft leagues,
Hmm.
just whichever league you want to join. Make sure you click on that tier. There's also another tier that is $5 cheaper if you want to play in both leagues, Dynasty and redraft.
Hmm.
You get a nice little $5 discount. So check it out. We'd love to have whoever wants to be a part of these leagues be a part of them. They are now available for anyone who's keen. So we are doing a Dynasty SuperFlex startup draft. And by the way, drop any questions that you might have about this in the chat about the what we just announced.
Yeah, Lobby. We
So
always play PPR, by the way. Every league is a
yes,
PPR league in redrafts and in Dynasty. Uh, but yes,
PPR only.
the mock is redraft as well, or PPR as well.
The mock is PPR. Our redraft leagues are. Our dynasty leagues are PPR. The dynasty will be obviously SuperFlex and PPR.
Yeah.
But we've got a dynasty startup SuperFlex mock draft on the show today. One quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, one flex, one SuperFlex, 10 bench spots. Will be 60 seconds on the clock, and then we will switch it to 30 seconds to make the video not super duper long. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and randomize the draft order. We randomize 3 times because otherwise it's not really all that random. Sleeper's not great at randomizing. So here we go. Now everyone's got their draft spots. I find myself at the 1-8. Badaki finds himself at the 1-4.
Finally, not drafting
Let's
next
go
to each
ahead and
other.
begin this draft. Good luck to everyone. Patrick Mahomes off the board first. Patrick Mahomes should be the first player off the board
No doubt about
in
it.
every Dynasty Superflex mock draft. There was someone who asked a question. I believe it was Dev was asking a question. Would it be crazy to take Christian McCaffrey at the 1-1? It wouldn't be crazy, but what you have to realize, guys, is the turnover for running backs is so much quicker than it is for quarterbacks. So when you're looking at Dynasty, yeah, 5 years is kind of the minimum, but you want to be able to play even longer.
Yeah.
Like you want to have a Dynasty League with friends that lasts 10 years that never ends. You know, it's the best when you're actually building a future together. So personally, I feel like it's got to be Patrick Mahomes there. You know what's funny is I was actually looking up like 4 years ago, right? 2016. I just looked up who was the top running backs in the league at that time. And I will find it right now, but essentially one of the top running backs in the league at that time was LeGarrette Blount. That just goes to show
Shout
that
out.
running back turnover
Bro.
is so much, it just happens so much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
In 2016, 4 years ago, guys, these were the top running backs: David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott, LaShawn McCoy, Le'Veon Bell, DeMarco Murray, Devonta Freeman, LeGarrette Blount, Jordan Howard, Mark Ingram. So you have to think 4 years from now, could the turnover already have happened and I'm stuck with a guy who's irrelevant instead of having like the Aaron Rodgers of that generation? So personally, I feel like you have to go Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. Then you can make a decision. Okay,
Yeah.
do I take CMC or what do I do
CMC.
here?
And I think that's what Jacob just did potentially. You think of Dak Prescott, you think of CMC. CMC has really solidified his role in the NFL. Not that Dak hasn't, but you know, there's some if factors about Dak Prescott coming off his leg or his ankle injury, the efficiency, how long does that last? But it depends on who you like. This is kind of
Yeah.
how our draft went.
There's a couple questions that I didn't answer in the chat. Sorry.
Okay.
Ryan says, I'm playing in the 12-team Dynasty Superflex with new players. If they devalue quarterbacks, do I double up on elite quarterbacks in the first round, or do I have to play their game so I don't lose out? That's a good question. You know, because you're always going to find that that's the case. People are going to have different amount of knowledge on Dynasty than you, or any league, really.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fix my camera right quick. I would say you have to kind of stay even. Whatever the board gives you, you need to strategically follow that, right? So if you know a bunch of quarterbacks are going to be available, you know, in the 3rd round, then see how the trends are going and don't lose out on a top running back personally. That's how I would play it. I don't think it's wrong to go quarterback to start off if there's 2 elite guys, you know. But it really is all based off of value, right? Like, what's the value you're getting at that point?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. You just have to feel it out. I think one thing that we said, you know, we like to play with our. Zach says it a lot better. Our new mantra.
Our new mantra. Basically, we view rankings as a guide, but when it's a split decision, we follow our hearts.
Correct.
So
I mean, I don't
when
know
we're
how that
drafting, we're doing
turns
that.
into, like, you know, like if you believe CMC in your gut is the guy to take over Dak Prescott, that's you, and that's a great pick for you. Sometimes you think about, you know, stats, and you probably lean, you know what, stats are telling me that I should be taking Dak Prescott, but your gut tells
Yeah.
you that you should take CMC. All depends on how you feel. This board
I
is
agree.
interesting right now.
It is. Daniel says, true, but I feel like that applies more to guys like Dalvin and Kamara. CMC is a big unicorn.
Mm.
Well, he could be, but let's not forget CMC just missed an entire year. No one is exempt to being a running back that's out of the league in a couple years. No one. Doesn't matter who they are, how talented they are. Saquon just got injured. You know what I mean? Like the running back position is the most injured position of any position. That's why you see so much turnover because these guys' bodies are getting beaten up every year. Um, so personally, like I got to take a top running back there. Um, Anav said you guys are finally not mocking back to back, which is true. For whatever reason, all the mocks that we've been doing, we've been back to back.
Ridiculous.
So it's good to see that that is not the case anymore.
Shout out to the new guy, JBLZY. The
Yeah.
101. We haven't seen you before. Shout out to you. It was good, brother.
Yeah, welcome.
Is there anyone new that we haven't
I don't know
drafted?
if Jay. I don't know. Can't remember if we've not mocked with Jacob before. That seems
Oh
like
yeah,
a new name.
Jacob.
I can't remember though.
Yeah, that does seem like a
Um,
new name too.
but shout out to everyone. Thanks for joining. Um, I'm waiting to see if I'm gonna get a quarterback that will fall to me here. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna take Trey Lance here. I know it's probably early for other people. For me, I'm just trying to secure my guy here, and then I'm happy with whatever comes back. Trey Lance is my, other than Trevor Lawrence, he's the guy I'm taking over Justin Fields personally. In that offense with Mike Shanahan, I
Right.
believe in it long term. Um,
I got that
we
deep.
got some people commenting in the chat. Josh says CMC is the 102 and JT is the 103. Oh,
We gonna
I'm
have
gonna have to strongly disagree with you there, my guy. Uh, look, yeah, I mean, we can only offer our opinions, right? We can only offer our thoughts and our opinions. Um, they're great players, but in a dynasty SuperFlex, you need to get your quarterbacks early. These quarterbacks are off the board super quick. I mean, even at this point, like, like who's on the board that's a quarterback that you're like, oh, the future is bright, right? I mean, Zach Wilson maybe, but you wouldn't be proper value to take him this early.
right.
Um, I don't know, man. Josh Allen on the board, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Herbert, Dak. I don't know that I can agree with that, but um, hey, we all got different strategies, right?
Yeah.
Always go younger to start than pick if you win now or later. Um, you definitely want to be careful changing strategies, mid draft, right? So I think, yeah, we just have a difference of philosophy, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay that we have differences of philosophies.
I
Everyone
mean,
plays a
yeah,
little bit
Zach and I
different.
have different philosophies, and we're doing this thing together. The amount of times we go back and forth of just players, people.
Yeah.
You're crazy. That's dumb. You're stupid.
Yes. Yes. And mostly it's Badaki who's stupid, so
Yeah,
it works out pretty well
and
for
I'm
me.
okay with that. I'm actually the guy that always on the opposite side of the crowd. It's like, nah, you dumb.
Yes. You are the Maverick. You are the Logan Paul.
Shout out to Logan Paul.
I can't even believe we said his name on the stream.
That's disgusting.
Honestly,
You have to
just
spit after
leave
you
if
say
you're
that.
watching now. It's just,
No.
yeah, you just slap us across the screen for saying his name.
Yeah.
Um, but Josh, I mean, thanks for the comment, bro. I appreciate you commenting. We just see things differently. Daniel says, I agree. CMC doesn't have more longevity, but I mean, he's on the field. He scores so much more than every other player. Yeah, that's definitely true. There is a timeline for you have to start thinking differently in Dynasty. There's a timeline for every player, and running backs unfortunately have the shortest timeline to maintain elite production. Wide receivers have a much wider timeline. Quarterbacks have obviously the largest timeline, but there's a timeline for these guys, and you have to keep that in mind when you're drafting them.
Yeah.
Um, in 5 years from now, do you want CMC, who, let's be honest, in 5 years, guys, things change so quickly. He could be just a guy. I hate to say it, but he could be. Let's not forget what we thought about Le'Veon Bell 5 years ago.
No one thought
Aaron
Le'Veon Bell
Rodgers.
was gonna
Aaron
happen.
Rodgers was probably the 101 5 years ago in a Superflex dynasty. You'd be happy if you still had Aaron Rodgers. So, okay. Arnav says, "Is JK over Zeke a bad move? Zeke has injury history, but is only 25 plus still a top 6 to 7 running back when Dak is on the field." Badaki, I'm gonna let you answer that.
Look,
Is Dobbins over Zeke a bad move?
let me just pull on my rankings.
Okay.
I have it here actually. Look, what's funny is that I actually have these guys back to back, and the only reason why I have Dobbins higher is because of his age. If we really
Hmm.
look at his age, he's 22, and then Zeke is 25, like you said, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the only reason. I also think about where he is in his career, how long. Oh, I'm opening up Illustrator here. Where he is in his career, how long he actually has, and also his offense. J.K. Dobbins is on a run first team. That might change this year. That might change in the next couple years. But we already know the Cowboys' offense and how that offense operates. They run. It runs through Dak. It runs through the wide receivers, and Zeke at the time was like a piece. He was like the biggest guy there. But
Yeah.
for me, according to my rankings, it's just J.K. That's
Yeah.
definitely a split decision thing that you would have to take up. But I think you made the right call personally.
Yeah, I'll double check my rankings, but I'm pretty sure I would lean on the side of youth. And I love Zeke this year in a redraft league. Uh,
Yes, same.
I would say Dynasty worries me a little bit more. I think this is probably harsh, but Tony Pollard was the better running back last year in that backfield. So it's definitely something to be worried about. Yeah, in my rankings, I have Zeke one spot below J.K. Dobbins. So I'm also on that board.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
on the
we
same
got
page.
24 people watching. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. It means a lot to us. It helps us grow
Mm-hmm.
this channel, grow the Fantasyland fam brand.
Please.
Um, you can mock with us, by the way. If you want to be where all these people mocking right now that you see, they're all part of our Discord community. So shout out to them. Um, the link to join our Discord is actually in the description of this video. It's the solo.to link. If you join our Discord, you will always get invites to these mock drafts. We do them twice a week. Would love to have you a part of them, but subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop a like. We're so close to 20 likes, which was our goal. I can't believe we're already almost there. But yeah, if you guys could get us 20 likes, maybe we could aim for 30 somehow. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what
All
happens.
right. Any picks so far that have surprised you, Badaki? Any value picks or surprise picks thus far?
Um, I guess I look at the tight ends. They fell to the mid third. Where in our latest dynasty startup, they were early
Yep.
first round. You took Kyle Pitts at the 3-1 in the turn. Other than that, I think it's pretty fair all around. You know, your typical wide receivers. One, I think Swift going over Gibson. That's
How about
interesting.
Derrick Henry at the 2-1?
Derrick
Is
Henry
that
2-1. Okay, there you go. Yes. Derrick
that's
Henry
too
at the
early,
2-1.
right?
Uh, yeah. I mean, if it's early because of his age, so we're going based off his age and why we are saying that's too early. He's older. His years could be coming to an end. The longevity. But I mean, he has a good turnaround though. He has Kamara, D Hop, and Kelsey. That's crazy that Kelsey falls to him. D Hop, obviously Kelsey is a little bit older. The team's not terrible. That's definitely a win now team.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Agreed. I'm on the board and I'm in two different minds here. Do I grab CeeDee Lamb or Darren Waller? Um, I think I'm gonna try a different strategy. Typically, I would go tight end here,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna grab CeeDee Lamb, a guy I think that has a great future in this league. And after I get a guy like Saquon, a guy like Eckler doesn't excite me long term.
Right.
So wide receivers have a longer lifespan. I'm just gonna wait and see what running backs fall to me.
Okay.
We got some people commenting in the chat. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, no, you never choose what you're doing ahead of time. Always stay water. Yeah, for sure. I
Hmm.
have no problem sweating quarterback every week about quarterback. You can win a league with Stafford and Fitz. Um, I don't really agree, but again, like I could be wrong, right? If you have Stafford and Fitz as your starting quarterback, yeah, you might be able to win this league this year. But what you have to keep in mind is at the end of a draft like this, the best quarterback on the board, we just had a dynasty startup last week, Badaki, or 2 days. How long ago was that? It wasn't too long ago. The best quarterbacks on the board was Mitch Trubisky. Okay.
Yeah.
You're telling me that when Ryan Fitzpatrick retires after this year, or whatever it looks like, doesn't have a starting job after this year, you're going to try and stream a guy who's not even a starting quarterback? You got to get your quarterbacks in. Um, and look, it's just a difference of philosophy, you know. But I agree, you do need to stay water and kind of don't mock with your friends because that doesn't make any sense. But try and get in your friends' ears. Hey, what are you guys doing? What are you feeling at that position? Like kind of just pretend you're being their friend and then stab them
100%.
in the
And
back when you
then,
mock with them.
absolutely, in a friendly way, please do not murder anyone by our saying.
Yes.
Um,
No real murders, please. That would be terrible. Daniel said Discord. Yep. My guy Daniel found us, joined Discord, and now he's in a mock with us. Well, not today, but he was in the last one.
Unlucky. Sorry, brother.
Eddie says Tebow Dynasty's tight end sleeper, old in age, young tight end, young in tight end years. I think he's 34. I don't think that's young in any position
That's
in the
funny.
NFL, but I do love the comment. That's funny. Dev says,
Oh,
do you guys think DeAndre Swift is
this
undervalued?
is a crazy question. Like, this can go on for the whole time.
Yeah.
Look, I'll start off here. I'm in a weird place with Swifty. I love Swift. I dislike Swift. They get the best offensive line, in my opinion, in the draft in Penei Sewell. Jared Goff is a downgrade, but I mean, the guy went to a Super Bowl. The guy led a team. Obviously that's a whole different offense, but I'm in a weird place with him. I love Swift. I think he's my last guy out of all of the year two running backs. But he keeps moving up. He keeps moving up. And I think Zach and I are going to do a video about DeAndre Swift soon. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but stay tuned for that, honestly.
Yeah, I like Swift. I like Swift. I
hmm
think someone got him here at the 211. I feel like, that I would have taken Gibson over him. I would have taken Clyde over him.
mm,
But other than those two guys, I'm probably taking Swift over Dobbins personally. I like Swift. I like that he is an amazing pass catching back. When you look at J.K. Dobbins, yeah, he's got good opportunity, but he doesn't get any of the passing work. Like,
right.
Lamar Jackson's not a drop it off type quarterback. If he's in trouble, he runs. Whereas Swift is one of the best pass catching backs in his class. He's going to get a ton of work. I believe in the talent, and I believe that Dan Campbell wants to run the ball. So I'm a
100%.
Swift believer. I'm a
Oh,
Swift believer for sure.
you're just reading the mind, sniping people there, Jack. I was about
Yep.
to say, if I got
So
Javante in the fifth, that's crazy. But
yeah.
I had to go another route. Yeah, we're keen on this
Um.
series, though. Year two running backs. We just dropped Cam Akers. Video is out right now on our YouTube channel, obviously. So check that out. And
Yep.
then I think we have Gibson coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. We have a video about Antonio Gibson tomorrow. Then Jonathan Taylor. We're trying to pump out some content for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and then hit that little bell so you grab the notifications if we go live or if we drop a new video. Appreciate you guys. We hit 20 likes, I think.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
shout out to you guys. That was our goal. Let's try and get 25. Why not? Why not? Let's try and get 25. If you haven't liked the video yet, like it. DJ
Um,
Moore. Oof.
yeah. Not
Far
s-
too early for DJ Moore in our eyes, but again, just our opinion.
Look, this is where I'm stuck at. I just want to talk out loud. Keenan Allen or Brandon Ayuk. Keenan Allen's on the board. He's my. It's crazy that he's my wide receiver 14 and Brandon Ayuk is 16. Do I get the youth there? I should go the youth, but my heart is telling me Keenan Allen right there. If I
I
had Justin
I don't know
Herbert,
how to help.
I would definitely take Keenan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ayuk.
Okay.
Oh, I'm liking my team right now, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, I know someone said that you had a good squad.
Oh,
Daniel said that your squad's looking nice.
shout out to you, Daniel.
Josh said, I love Swift, hate the team, but I would want him in the mid third, not second. Yeah, mid third is super comfy for Swift in a dynasty startup. I think he's going to have a lot of value going forward. And, the guys who are great pass catching backs have a longer lifespan in the league. That's the kind of running back you're really wanting to look for. Why is Austin Eckler already off the board? Why did he go in the fourth? Because he's a pass catching back. He's much older than all these guys, but he still has a future in the league
Yeah,
as a pass catching back.
100%.
Um,
And that offensive line gets extremely better.
yeah, definitely. Azim says I'm worried about Jamal Williams, third down back. Yeah, Jamal will play a role for sure.
Yeah.
Arnav's a fan of DJ. I don't know why you guys are so low on him. we're so low on him because every year he's supposed to be his breakout year, and he underperforms every year.
Look,
He's a talented guy, but
hmm
he's constantly underperforming.
I actually read a report that he could be playing in the slot this year, which could, if that is true, as we get closer to the season, excuse me, I could be looking at him in a lot of redrafts, taking a chance on him if he falls to me in the right value. At the
Yeah.
moment, it feels like DJ Moore is going to be. I was telling this to Zach randomly one night. I was like, I think DJ Moore is going to be done at Carolina, and then he can go to a team. You go to another
I think
team.
so. I they don't really have anyone to replace his role.
Yeah,
They let Curtis walk.
yeah, they let Curtis walk, but they got. I mean, not Terrence
I
Marshall is
don't.
not a guy,
Yeah,
but
unless we see Terrace have a breakout, but
yeah, but
I don't know,
that's
man. I
my
think
opinion.
the DJ Moore thing is he's just always supposed to be a breakout, and he just always underperforms.
Hmm
And I think Teddy B. How do I say this the right way? I feel like Sam Darnold can do as good as Teddy B, but that doesn't mean that there's this top 10 upside
Right.
or uh, DJ Moore. I mean, he finished what was it, third on his team last year amongst the wide receivers.
I think so.
No, he finished
No, he
second,
finished second.
but Samuel was really close. So look, like we're lower on guys and higher on others, and it is what it is. Um,
I think it was up the. I don't know. I want to say.
Garrett likes your pick of Ayuk, I think. If it was last year, MT is the second or third round pick. Yeah, I know. It's true, man. That's the thing with Dynasty, guys. It changes so quickly. You have to be ahead of the curve. Um, man, things change real quickly.
Ooh,
That's why I'm
Hawkinson.
just not a massive fan of passing up on young talent and passing up on quarterbacks. But
Right.
21 likes on the stream. Appreciate you guys. We already hit our goal. Let's see if we can hit 30 somehow. I don't know. Probably impossible. But who knows? Drop a like if you haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Um, we just announced that we have Dynasty Leagues available.
Yep.
Hidaki, how do people sign up for our Dynasty Leagues if they want to be a part of them with us? We'll play with you and our
hmm
followers. How do they be a part of that?
That's right. Patreon.com/FantasylandFam. Go to the link, select Golden Goat Dynasty Leagues if you want to join in the Dynasty. Click on that. Read everything that you need to do. Come play. Honestly, it's as simple as that. Same thing with redraft. Same thing with best of both worlds. Excuse me. I'm a little bit under the weather. My throat hurts.
Mhm.
But you got to grind, and I got to go to work after this. So GG's in the chat. Honestly.
It's just a fat GG's. That's why we had to start a little bit earlier. Badaki's had to go to work.
Yeah.
Here I am. I don't want to wait for this next tier of quarterbacks. I want to lock up my guy Aaron Rodgers
Okay.
and take the chance that he will get traded because
Okay.
I want him to get traded. So he's in a place where he wants to be. So he's a much happier guy because normally that means better fantasy performances.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm just not happy with the rest of the quarterback tiers. I don't want to reach on any of these guys. I think Tua is a talent, but it's hard to say how he will pan out. Baker, what's his fantasy upside? I think we know that it's limited now. Carson's got question marks. Matt Ryan's getting older. Tom Brady, you got to draft him late in a dynasty league, considering how old he is.
Seven
I
just
mean,
took Baker there. You
is
must
Brady gonna play more than 1 or 2 years at this point? What do you think?
I think he plays. I think he goes for another two. If he goes win the Super Bowl this year, maybe he wants to end on a hot streak and he'll hang it up. But if he doesn't make it to Super Bowl, he's gonna try one more time and then he's done. That's my opinion.
What do you guys think of my shirt, by the way? I got this at a thrift shop. It's basically like this guy is
So random.
he's like Poseidon, or who's the guy that's like the king of the ocean? Is that Poseidon?
Poseidon. Yep, Poseidon.
Yeah. So shout out to Poseidon.
My gosh,
Gang,
should
gang.
I go? I think I'm gonna go Jerry. Should I go Jerry or T? I'm not a huge fan of T though. I'm gonna go Jerry.
Should have done T, bro.
I'm not. I'm still not
Um,
high on the man. I can't.
Dev says I'm a Bucks fan and I'm expecting 2 years. Oh, I
Okay.
missed a couple picks. Watch out for Hawkinson. Yeah, no, Hawkinson. Where did we get him? At the 5'11", someone grabbed Hawkinson. That's great value, I
Yeah.
think. Uh, He's got a future. They will definitely sign him to a long-term contract. There's no one else except for Amon-Ra St. Brown that's the future in that receiving core. So you can pretty much guarantee he's going to get another contract. I like it. Jared Goff favors tight ends, especially when it's the only position he can really throw to or rely on his team.
Yeah.
So people are pretty much saying 1 or 2 more years for Brady, which I agree. Eddie says you need the
I need the
vaccine.
vaccine. Yeah, that's what I just read. That's why I was laughing. I got a book, bro. Hopefully soon. You
You
never
got
know,
COVID, bro? You got COVID on a live stream?
bro.
If we say the word COVID, this stream's about to get freaking
Oh,
banned.
please not.
Well, subscribe before this stream gets banned. If you're not subscribed and you vibe with the content. Okay, so you took Judy over Higgins. Obviously, that's the wrong move, but explain to people why you're wrong about it.
Sorry, I just completely blanked on what you were saying there. Can you repeat that again?
I was just explaining to everyone how you made a terrible pick in taking Judy over Higgins, and I
Right.
just wanted you to explain
Look,
to people why it was a terrible pick.
in my personal opinion, I don't see T. Higgins being the guy. I know a lot of people have said that. Jamar Chase, ex wide receiver, Tyler Boyd still in the slot. T. Higgins is the wide receiver, the guy on the opposite side. If I'm saying that correctly, it could be flipped, but I still believe Tyler Boyd is the guy. Is the targets. I see the targets going his way. T. Higgins. That's the best way I can explain it. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. I can't tell you why. I don't believe that T. Higgins. I'm not saying that he's not talented. I just believe that Tyler Boyd still has a step over him. If Tyler Boyd
No,
leaves
he
that team,
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
if Tyler Boyd leaves that team, then it's
Look,
T.
it's Chase is the wide receiver 1, and T is the wide receiver 1B. Like Boyd will be the third man in that offense. I promise you. Let's wait for the season to prove myself.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, and I'm okay with that. And I'm
Um,
on the clock here. Hold on one second.
Garrett said, "You guys think I took Zach Wilson too early? You took him in the 5th round. I don't think it's too early, especially if you believe in the guy. I think if you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback 1, you have to reach for another quarterback. I will quickly say this about Jalen Hurts. This is probably not a popular opinion, and that's okay. He is the one quarterback out of like the top 12 tier that I'm avoiding completely in Dynasty. I feel like there's a 50% chance that the Eagles have like a top 3 pick in next year's draft and they take a quarterback. Jalen Hurts doesn't feel like a long-term solution for the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion. I'm avoiding him in every draft, except for a redraft league. So that's how I feel about Jalen. But I do like Zach Wilson. I actually took Zach Wilson in a dynasty startup recently, so I'm with you on Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at this board and seeing what's happening here. Kareem Hunt, Myles Gaskin, James
Daniel
Robinson.
says 3 more likes. Let's go, guys. Hell yeah. Drop a like if you haven't. And he agrees with the Hurts take. Not everyone's going to agree with that, but that's okay. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on the board, so I should shut up and make a pick.
I'm interested to see who you take here. I mean,
Oh, Michael Carter's off the board. Okay.
shout out to Dexton. He's back, bro. I'm sad my internet went out and I just got back on. Oh, good, man. You still here? We still got a lot of
Is
time.
Dexton back? I love it.
We're chilling, man. We're chilling.
Dexton's our guy, man.
Sometimes it happens, man. Internet.
Okay. I got a lot of young talent in Lamb, Barkley. I'm kind of in like
What are you
a
thinking?
weird position here. I don't really love these running backs, but I'm gonna go with Ronald Jones. Still a young guy. You have been on Ronald Jones for a while now in Dynasty,
Yeah.
trying to explain to people why it's a value pick. Still a young guy, could be re-signed. I don't love the pick there, but I'm much more comfortable with the wide receiver depth after this round than I am with the running back depth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay to reach a little bit to get an RB3 and then kind of continue to build my team around the guys I like.
Yeah.
Noah Fant went. We had a post that we just put up on Instagram, which was interesting.
Bro.
Noah Fant, Logan Thomas, Mike Gesicki, Dallas Goedert. We said, who are you taking this year? Redraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had a different opinion. Everyone. Like, I thought for sure it would be Goddard.
Yeah.
but everyone had a different opinion. So it was cool to see, man. It was cool to see.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited. Okay. Let's talk about Baker
yeah,
Mayfield here. I think Seven really likes Baker Mayfield. He goes in the 6'8". I mean, obviously he came out last year slinging. Are
Langen.
you would is Baker Mayfield someone that you're taking at all? And if it if you are, where are you taking him? Because I'm curious. Like, if these last guys, are you taking? How about Baker or Carson Wentz? How about that as a question?
Y- yeah, I think I would go Baker because I think Baker has the more secure future.
Okay.
I think Cleveland is bought into Baker Mayfield now. They've seen what he can do, at least game manage wise.
Okay.
So I think I would have to go Baker there because there's just too many unknowns with Carson Wentz. And Carson looked terrible last year.
Yeah.
So
He looked bad.
I would have to lean on more the known rather than the unknown personally. Um, Corey says in round 30 right now of a deep dynasty 12-man superflex of
Sheesh.
round 30. Oh my god. 30 rounds. You guys got some deep benches on that in that league. My goodness. All right, I'm on the board here. Um,
We'll probably do
what
it.
round is it? We're in the 8th round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really happy with my wide receiver 1 and my wide receiver 2 at this point. So, again, there's a tight end I'm going to target later. I'm going to go ahead and add some youth to my wide receiver room. And I'm going to go Rashad Bateman here.
Good old
Uh,
Beatty.
a guy a guy I chose not to draft in a different startup, but I like Rashad Bateman. I think he's mad talented. He'll have plenty of opportunity. I know there's this stigma, oh, but Lamar Jackson's a quarterback. Well, sometimes the answer is in the draft pick, right? They drafted Rashad Bateman in the first round. Why did they draft him? They drafted him so they could unlock the passing element of Lamar Jackson's game.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a risk to take Rashad Bateman, but you're believing that there will be development with a Lamar Jackson going forward. So I like Bateman. I think he's going to get enough targets to be relevant. Corey said slow draft, start 10. Oh, Dexon's got a question. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with this chat. You guys are awesome. Daniel says Goddard's easily out of those guys. I feel that way, but it's cool to see everyone's different opinions. When are we changing the 30-second clock? That's a good question. Badaki, at your next pick, let's change it to 30 seconds.
Yeah. I'll remind you. Let's do that.
Dexon says, overall, who do you think is top 3 quarterbacks? That's a good question, but I don't know if you mean in the league right now or for Dynasty. Because in Dynasty, I think we would both agree we just have it swapped. Patrick Mahomes, we both have him at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I have Kyler and then Josh Allen. Badaki has Josh Allen and then Kyler.
Correct.
So those would be our top 3 in Dynasty. But I mean, I think if we're talking about, the league as a whole, obviously Mahomes is number 1. Aaron Rodgers, I think, has to be there in the top 3. Right? I like if you're gonna have a franchise and you say, I want to win the Super Bowl this year, you would rather have Aaron Rodgers than Kyler Murray.
Woo. Excuse me.
Don't you think?
Yes.
Um,
You can switch my clock to 30 seconds if you want. Do it right now
okay,
instead of
yeah.
doing it on somebody else.
Let's switch the clock to 30 seconds. Who's your top 3 if it's not fantasy related?
Patrick Mahomes, Daniel Jones, Eli Manning.
Oh my God.
Let me just make my pick and then we can have that conversation. Patrick Mahomes, probably Aaron Rodgers, and then Josh Allen. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Is that what you said?
No, I said Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and then I haven't said a third.
Right. I think those are my top 3 right now.
Yeah. All right. Azim says Juju is a great dynasty buy, likely to move team. Yeah, I actually said this to Badaki on our last dynasty startup. Juju is a great buy. Still a young player, likely to be on a new team, so you don't have to worry about Big Ben long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juju's a good buy, and he's a great buy with his draft price as well. He's going pretty late in drafts. Um, he says respectfully disagrees, Zach. Remember, Hollywood and Hurst were first round picks, and both didn't pan out. That's absolutely true. They were first round picks. Should they have been first round picks? That's the bigger question. No, they shouldn't have been first round picks. Okay, Hollywood Brown was never meant to be a first round pick. Hayden Hurst never meant to be a first round pick. Rashad Bateman, yes. If we were in a dynasty startup and Marquise Hollywood Brown was on the clock, of course I'm not taking him because I don't believe in the player. I
Right.
believe Bateman is the player to unlock this part of Lamar Jackson's game.
Correct.
So yeah, I agree. They shouldn't have been first round picks, but with Bateman, man, he was one of my favorite players to scout this offseason.
And you didn't even take him, you idiot.
Didn't take him. You're right. I did hear though. Dexon says, "I got a hot take. Who do you think is the most overrated quarterbacks?
Oh.
The most overrated quarterbacks. That's a good question.
I want to say, for me right now in the league, for me personally, I think it's Kyler Murray. I know, and
That's just rude.
that was easy. I don't. Okay, this is my thought process. Kyler Murray came into the league. They got him a weapon. They gave him the number 3 receiver in the league at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does he make him fantasy relevant? I'm on the clock here, I think. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe I can go tight end here. I don't know what to do. It's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds. I'm panicking. I'm gonna do an easy pick here and take my boy.
Okay. By the way, Jacob said, "How you like my team?" Jacob, we do draft grades at the end of these live streams, so we're actually going to give a draft grade to every single person who mocks with us. We try and do them quick, but we try and give you analysis on maybe what we would do differently, and hopefully it helps you out. But we will definitely give draft grades at the very end of this.
Correct. All right.
So Robert Woods just goes off the board. Robert Woods went pretty late, considering all the players that are still available and all the players that have already gone.
All right. I want to finish my take.
What was your take even about?
Take
so
Daniel
long.
Jones over Jameis. Okay. About overrated quarterback of why I believe Kyler Murray is overrated. I don't believe he can make anyone else fantasy relevant. DeAndre Hopkins makes himself fantasy relevant. Let's all be honest. He couldn't make Larry. He couldn't make Christian Kirk. We're gonna see if he makes Rondell Moore, and I just don't believe he is as good as everyone thinks. My personal opinion, but I could be wrong. Yeah. And time's up for you, GG's. Shout out to Zach Moss.
Yeah,
that's not terrible.
That's who I actually wanted. So it's all good.
Okay.
Okay, did you have some take that you wanted to talk about? What are we talking about here?
Never mind. Josh says Trevor Lawrence, most overrated quarterback. Huge. That's pretty big.
It's hard to say, man. It's too early to say he's overrated. He's not even played a snap in the league.
I wasn't high on Trevor Lawrence, and you can ask Zach. But like as the season and draft came, I got higher and higher and higher. But I mean, I don't know, man. I just like to be that guy, you know.
You love to be the guy against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Especially your Jonathan Taylor take, which you guys will. That's a video we're releasing this week, so I don't want to get into it right now.
I'm okay with that.
Most overrated quarterback. Most overrated. I mean, this would be slightly disrespectful, but I think at this point we have to say that would be Matthew Stafford. Right?
Why?
Yeah. Can I explain? Or are we just gonna judge the take before I even explain? Look, Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, I think he's a talented guy, but right now I think he is overrated. Okay, look at like what Detroit gave him ever since he came into the league. Okay, I'm sorry, he had Calvin Johnson. Okay, I'm sorry, he had Kenny Golladay. He had Marvin Jones, T.J. Hawkinson. Really? Like in his QBR shows that he's not been like a top 10 quarterback. He's had all the weapons to succeed. He hasn't done it in Detroit. Now, Detroit's defense has been terrible, but there are some guys who can lead their team to the playoffs, even with terrible defenses. Russell Wilson's a great example. Hey, I'm gonna put the team on my back. I don't have the best offensive line. I have historically one of the worst defenses, and I can still bring my team to the playoffs. Look, let me make my pick real quick, and I'll continue.
Okay, listening.
I'm gonna reach for my guy and grab him here, Cole Kmet. I'll explain later. Um, Russell Wilson's the best example. Russell Wilson's a talented guy, but his defense last year, historically one of the worst defenses, still brought his team to the playoffs. With all due respect to Matthew Stafford, he's an amazing talent, but he hasn't been that guy. We keep labeling him as this underrated guy, but look at what he's had in Detroit. He's had a lot to work with. Now, has the coaching staff been great? No, it's not been good.
Okay.
The offensive line hasn't been subpar. I don't think it has. I think he's had a relatively decent offensive line throughout his career. I think the only thing we can point to is the running backs. Like that, he's never had a solid running back. But still, you have Kenny Golladay, you have Marvin Jones, you got Danny Amendola, you had Megatron, one of the best wide receivers ever. T.J. Hawkinson. They drafted Eric Ebron for you in the first round. Like you couldn't have brought your team to the playoffs with the teams that you had. If he was the quarterback that we thought he was, he would have done that. That's just all I'm gonna say.
Oh my gosh, he got auto picked. I know he took Mike Gesicki. Completely disagree. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, and that's okay, but that's how I feel. Tell me I'm dumb if you think I'm dumb, but look, with all the like respect we give Matthew Stafford, what has he done in the league? Answer that question.
Take John over there. My thought process is.
Sorry, I'm waiting. What has he done in the league?
He was on one of the. He is on one. He was his whole career started on one of the worst teams historically. The coaching staff is terrible.
You can't just throw out that statement as if it's like 100% true.
It is. It probably is.
How is it true that he was historically on one of the worst teams ever?
The Lions.
They didn't surround him with talent.
He had talent. He still had a bad offensive line, in my opinion. It wasn't subpar. It was bad. A bad defense. There's nobody there. Yes, he did have one of the best wide receivers.
So they didn't draft Ndamukong Suh. They didn't draft all these guys to help out Matthew Stafford.
I mean, you're right.
Sorry, go ahead.
They probably drafted him, but
wrong.
I mean, that doesn't happen. You know, like Ndamukong Suh didn't come into the league and was like the best defensive guy ever.
He was like a top 5 defensive lineman from the time he was drafted.
Anyways, I'm saying that I don't believe it. I think that he had the best wide receiver, yes, in Calvin Johnson. He had Kenny G. That he did have T.J. Hawkinson. He didn't have a team put together in one. Yes, he had Kenny G. Yes, he had Kenny G and T.J. Marvin Jones is nothing. You don't even draft him. He doesn't do nothing.
Okay. Let's flip the script then.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's flip the script. The last couple of years, Russell Wilson has made the playoffs with historically, and that is an actual good use of the word because there's stats behind it.
Okay.
Worst defense in Seattle, and he still made the playoffs. Wait.
What, this past year?
We're not gonna judge Matthew Stafford, a first round pick, the same way we're judging a guy like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson didn't win a Super Bowl, and people are like, hey, he should have been that guy. Well, why are we not judging Matthew Stafford?
Why did Russell Wilson win the Super Bowl?
Same way that we're judging Russell Wilson.
Why did Russell Wilson win the Super Bowl?
Why did he make the playoffs this year?
It's 1 year. Matthew Stafford didn't he had talent.
When has Matthew Stafford made the playoffs?
He hasn't because he hasn't had talent. Oh my gosh, I'm about to freaking auto pick. I'm just gonna pick somebody.
Oh my god.
I can't find my mouse.
Dude, Matthew Stafford, like I said, show me what has Matthew Stafford done with his 10 plus years in the league. I'm sorry, he's not done anything.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything because no one has helped him. That's it. Just because you had Calvin Johnson, you had Kenny G, and you had all these one good player on a team or one good player on a defense doesn't mean you're gonna win a Super Bowl.
You're telling me that Russell Wilson goes to Detroit, starts his career the same way that Sam Darnold was? Russell Wilson doesn't make it to the playoffs?
I don't think so. No. because he didn't
I
have talent
mean,
around him.
what are we even talking about right now? My one question gonna make you guys not be friends anymore. Hey, look, we disagree. This is literally how we talk all the time, whether it's on the podcast or not. I think it was a dumb take, but we're gonna disagree. That's okay.
I personally, I just want to close it out. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't done anything, but he hasn't had any help, in my opinion. Russell Wilson had one of the best defenses going into the Super Bowl when he won the Super Bowl. Yes, he had one.
Forget the Super Bowl. Make the playoffs. Russell Wilson, with the talent that Matthew Stafford had, swap positions. Russell Wilson
he doesn't make the
is
Super
going to
Bowl.
make the playoffs.
He doesn't make the
He's
Super Bowl.
going to make the playoffs.
Or he
you
doesn't.
have to
He's
make
sorry.
the playoffs.
He doesn't make the
even
playoffs.
go to the Super Bowl.
He doesn't make the playoffs.
This is hilarious.
He doesn't make the playoffs, in my opinion.
I don't really know what to say. This is my opinion. Matthew Stafford is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league right now. Now, could he go to LA? LA has like a top 3 defense in the league. They have weapons everywhere. Could he be a guy? Yes, Jimmy Garoppolo led the 49ers to the Super Bowl. So, yes, a guy with an average talent base can bring a team to a Super Bowl. But I don't know, dude.
I think
he's just not.
I think, in my opinion, if Matthew Stafford does make the playoffs this year, it proves my point that he needed people around him.
If he doesn't make the playoffs, it will be a massive letdown. What do you mean if he makes the playoffs? They made the playoffs last year with Jared Goff.
Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl.
It's not the playoffs, bro. It's can you win a Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford, with the team around you. Not can you make the playoffs. You think any Rams fan's going to be excited if they make the playoffs this year?
Yes, I'll be excited. You were excited that your team made. You were excited that they made the playoffs.
Why would anyone be excited about making the playoffs if they're a Rams fan? That's not your mindset. Your mindset is we need to win a Super Bowl. That's why you swapped from Jared Goff to Matthew Stafford, because you want to win a Super Bowl. The goal isn't playoffs. The goal is can we win a Super Bowl?
So why? Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to grab Michael Gallup. I think it's a great value late.
Hold on, I need to...
Azim says, Badaki, Stafford hasn't won a playoff game in his career, my G.
He hasn't. But he hasn't had amazing talent around him. He only had...
Oh, God.
Bro, you need to... Matthew Stafford, name the whole team when Matthew Stafford had Calvin Johnson. Who else was on that team? You probably couldn't name it because you don't know who else was on the team.
You want me to go back and look at it? Of course I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like
Calvin Johnson. Of course I remember his name. How am I going to remember the left guard when Calvin Johnson was playing?
I'm not talking about the left guard. I'm talking about the weapons around him. You have Calvin Johnson, and that's it. That was the only help. That was the only help he had.
Just to be clear, you're saying Kyler Murray is an overrated quarterback, but you're also saying that D-Hop is the reason why D-Hop is relevant. It has nothing to do with Kyler Murray.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. We're not going to agree here. We're not going to agree at all. I said, a guy who has been continually labeled underrated and has been in the league for 10 years, has never won a playoff game, had the names of whatever you want to say. He had Calvin Johnson. He had Kenny Golladay. He had Marvin Jones, TJ Hawkinson. Never even won a playoff game? First round pick? I can guarantee you that the Lions probably regret drafting him in the first round. They didn't get a playoff game out of him. Playoff win. They didn't get anything that they expected to get out of him.
I don't know, man. All I can say is that if he makes the playoffs this year with this team, it's because he got the weapons and the defense that he always needed. Needed.
If he like him making the playoffs isn't big. That's not like, oh my God, Matthew Stafford made the playoffs.
In Matthew Stafford's career, it's big for him as an individual, the most underrated player.
That means he's overrated. If like the standard for Matthew Stafford is to make the playoffs this year, Jared Goff's standard was to make the playoffs.
Because he
started
with that standard.
To make the playoffs. They brought him in to win the Super Bowl, bro. That is such a low standard.
Ellen's on the stream.
Ellen says Stafford forever. Look, I again, someone asked my opinion. I gave it. I don't agree with the take, but it is what it is. Um, we're having a frenemies meltdown right now. I'll be Trish.
Babe, I'm hungry.
All right, Kadarius Toney goes off the board. I just don't believe that Matthew Stafford making the playoffs. Like, good job, bud. Jared
I
Goff did
think
it.
when I see Matthew Stafford making the playoffs, I'm congratulating him. I'm saying you are. I'm so happy that you made the playoffs in your career because you couldn't do it with the team that you had because no one helped you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying congratulations, man. And then when he goes to when he wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to say Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl because he had the talent around him, defense and offense, to do it. He didn't just have one player. He didn't just have Calvin Johnson to make the playoffs. He has Robert Woods. He has
Hey,
Tyler Higbee.
again,
He has Cam
let me
Akers.
explain
He has
one more time. Let me explain
Cooper
one more
Kupp.
time. I think he's talented, but the way we talk about him right now, he's overrated. He's not done anything. Do I think he can win a Super Bowl? Yes. But right now, he is overrated. Show me what he's done. He's done nothing. And we pretend like he's like, oh, this woe is me guy. Like, oh, you got nothing in Detroit. Nah. And to say that the Rams' expectations is playoffs is like completely no way, dude. You have Sean McVay, you have Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Cam Akers, top 3 defense in the league. You just need the quarterback. I don't know. Like, it's Super Bowl or bust in my opinion for Rams. I don't think any Rams fan is happy if they make the playoffs this year. I don't know. Any Ram fans in the chats? Are you going to be happy if like you just make the playoffs? Is that your goal for this year? After you got Matthew
I
Stafford?
mean, everyone's goal is to go to the Super Bowl. But
No, see, the goal for the Washington football team, the New York Giants, is to make the playoffs because we don't have Super Bowl winning teams.
for me,
The
I want to
goal
go to
for
Super
the
Bowl every
Rams-
time. Period. I want to go. I want to make the playoffs and then go to Super Bowl. You're right. That's probably the one step. It's the step to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You make the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. You were excited when the Washington football team made the playoffs. That was step
Dude,
one.
you're not even listening to what I'm saying.
I'm hearing
Of course, I was excited that we made the playoffs because we're not a team that is Super Bowl ready. The Rams are a Super Bowl ready team.
You're right. I hear you on
They
that.
have the coach, they have the defense, they have the offensive line, they have the weapons. Now, do they have the quarterback?
Yeah. Let's go back to
I
some
like
questions.
I like Stafford, bro. I like Stafford. This got heated.
Second round of playoffs is my standard. That's
So
funny.
Corey, are you a Rams fan? Because that would be super interesting. To hear your thoughts on the convo. Anyway, look, like anyone who's like, are these guys gonna be okay? Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be all
we
right.
have conversations like this
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time. It's just a difference of opinion, and my opinion's right. And that's okay.
And that's okay. It's okay if you think this is right because I think it's wrong.
Yeah. All right. So Jamal Williams goes off the board in the 14th round.
Hold on, let's see. So like,
Azim says, I have a friend who is a Rams fan, and he says if they don't at least make the NFC Championship, he's pissed. Totally. The goal isn't playoffs. If the Rams make the playoffs with Matthew Stafford, I will be pissed. Dexton, are you a Rams fan?
he's a Lions fan, so he hates that.
He's a Rams fan, right? He said, tough task to beat the Bucks, but easily the second best team in the NFC. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to look back. Again, like to be clear, I think that Matthew Stafford can win a Super Bowl with this team. But he didn't do, as of this point in his career, show me what he's done. He's done nothing with this at this point in his career. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch it up.
I'm trying to go back to the questions. I'm trying to see if we missed Trevor Lawrence, Becky. Why'd you take Daniel Jones over Jameis? He's younger. In my opinion, I think he will get re-signed by the Giants if he does have a successful year. Sheesh, I had someone in mind, and where is the guy that I wanted to take? Sorry, 1 second. Was he taken already? GG's. Okay. Well, that's 30 seconds off the board. I think he's younger. I do believe if he has a successful year, then it's good. Like he's re-signed as a Lions fan. I hate Matthew Stafford. All the best. Plays on Lions team, retired, Megatron, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Tannehill's going to be that guy soon. Who knows?
Yeah. Some more. I think we addressed all the other questions,
Mm-hmm.
but Garrett said, "What are your expectations for the Broncos this year?" Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I have this frustration when I watch ESPN and every major network when they say, "Hey, like if the Broncos get Deshaun Watson, they're winning the Super Bowl this year." I'm like, I'm sorry, would they even win their division? You know what I mean? Like Broncos are good. The defense is older. The offense is great, great weapons. I love the Javonte Williams signing. But I mean, I don't think if they get Deshaun Watson, they're instantly gonna win the Super Bowl. They have to get out of their own division first. They're in a division with Patrick Mahomes and a up and coming Justin Herbert.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Um, you're on auto pick right now, by the way.
Oh no.
But I think that yeah, Broncos, yeah, their healthy expectations should be a playoffs. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders, especially not with Teddy B and Drew Lock. But if they get Watson, obviously their ceiling raises. But yeah, Jack's excited about the Atlanta turn. He gets Javion Hawkins and Russell Gage. Josh Palmer goes off the board, Badaki.
Shout out to Josh Palmer. Was gonna
Do you
take
like
him.
Josh?
Was gonna
Do you
take
like
him.
Josh?
Yeah, I was gonna take him right there. But took Dwayne Eskridge. I'm happy with him.
Nice. We haven't really talked about this. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we respect each other's takes, right? Even if we disagree. So, I respect your opinion.
My opinion's right though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
See,
Open
yeah.
into this.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I got to keep the peace somehow. So we haven't really talked about this mock at all, but I promise you guys, we're gonna give draft grades at the end of this. So everyone who's mocking with us,
Correct.
we will 100% give draft grades towards the end of this draft. I'm trying to find a value pick here right now. And this late, I'm gonna grab my third tight end, a guy that I think could develop into a top 10 tight end. That's Brevin Jordan. The quarterback isn't there yet, but the talent for him is. Looking at this team, I think I'm slightly in. I've got a good mix of win now and longevity. Looking at your team, Badaki,
Yeah.
you've got
Let's check it out.
same good mix of win now and longevity players. It gets more win now the later we go past Daniel Jones, but
Yeah. Right here, Pat Frymouth, Katoni, Terrell Henderson. I'm not mad because I do have Cam Akers, so it's actually not a terrible pick to secure the handcuff.
Dexon's got a question in the chat here.
Most forgettable NFL. In your opinion, what's the most
I
forgettable
need to think about this one.
NFL team? Team that you forget about?
I guess like what team is like not solidified enough that you could be like, oh, it's okay if they just left, type vibe. Like, oh yeah, I mean, if they, I guess the best way to put it, and this is how I'm thinking about it, if they had to relocate, fan base wise, it would be okay.
Right.
Like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
I'm
I would say like, personally, the Jags feels like a team that if they relocated, it wouldn't really like be that big of a deal.
Nah, I mean, in Florida, it's pretty massive. Duval and that whole crowd. Florida, they really. I mean, I used to live there for a couple years. They're big, like on their team.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a team that can do that. Sheesh. I'm going through all the teams in my head. Ravens, Steelers.
You have to pick one, so that's why I picked the Jags.
Titans, Jets. Maybe the Jets because they have the Giants. I feel like that would make more sense. You know, like because you are a Jets fan is just purely because of you either from Queens or you're from like Long Island or Staten Island. It's like, yeah, I'm a Jets fan. You're like an Italian guy.
I feel like Jets fans have like a lot of culture and history though. Like, you know, it feels like a really well-established team.
This is the Colts for me. That makes sense.
The Colts? I feel like the Colts are pretty established as well. It's a hard question to answer for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard question to answer, but At least you got us back on the right track here. After destroying our friendship.
Oh man, it's over. Honestly, podcast, the mock draft, everything, it's done.
This
We're
is the
done.
last one, guys.
Yep.
Soak it in.
Soak it
Go ahead
in.
and subscribe right now if you haven't subscribed.
Thanks for Dexton.
Subscribe as a farewell. You know, the frenemies have officially broken up. So subscribe as a farewell. Hey, in all seriousness, you can join these mocks whether you're watching it live or you are watching it later. There's a link in the description. It's the solo.to link. With that link, you will be able to join our Discord, which is where we send all of the links to join these mock drafts. We have officially announced that we are opening Dynasty Leagues for our followers. It's pretty simple. You just have to go to Patreon. The link is patreon.com/fantasylandfam. That's in the description of this video. It's also the comment in the chat that is pinned to the top.
Correct.
Choose the Dynasty League, and you'll be automatically entered. Would love to play with you guys. DM us with any questions. Comment on this video with any questions. Chargers. So Azim says the Chargers. He says the Rams run LA. I think the hard thing is I agree the Rams are the team in LA, but the Chargers are a pretty solidified team. You know, like, yeah, they should probably be still in San Diego, but they're a pretty solidified team in the league. I couldn't imagine the NFL without the Chargers, you know?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I love the Chargers.
Same.
I was kind of upset that they went to LA, but the San Diego Chargers kind of felt good. Now, you know, Los Angeles. Yeah. But Los Angeles Chargers sounds good, you know. The branding for that
I will say,
clean.
like, by far the best jersey and branding in the league, in my opinion. Like, they look so nice. Yeah. Other than Washington football team, you know.
Soon to have a name, hopefully.
Yeah. Eddie says most overrated, Matt Ryan. That's an interesting take. Yeah, that's an interesting take.
I can agree on that.
At least he's been to the Super Bowl, he's been to the playoffs many times with what's been around him. So, I agree. He's a little bit overrated though. Dexon says 23 likes. That's right. Shout out to all 20 people watching. Appreciate you guys. And thank you for the likes. That means a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Khalil is a sleeper running back for the future. Yep, Khalil Herbert. He's the guy out of Virginia Tech. He's got some talent. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to get a role, but he's definitely got talent.
Yeah, I think there's talent there. Tevin Coleman there. Woo, some good value. You never know. Michael Carter back on the top there. I'm liking this team. Lamar, Cam, Clyde, A-Rob, Ayuk.
Let's start doing some draft grades, Badaki.
Yeah, why not? How many? We got the last round here. Oh, gosh.
All right. We're going to give draft grades out to every team.
I'm going to make it smaller so everyone can kind of see this. So we'll start from the 101. JB. Patrick Mahomes. Ryan Tannehill. Derek Carr. That's not terrible. I like those three.
Yeah. That's a good three.
Gibson. Myles Gaskin. James Robinson. I think he's weak on the running backs there. I love Gibson there. James Robinson, don't see any value in my personal opinion. I would have taken Trey Sermon, Michael Carter, Ronald Jones even coming around that turn. Tyreek, Chris Godwin, Julito, Rondell Moore, Terrence Marshall, Brandon Cooks, Gabriel Davis, and Nico Collins. I like that. That's really solid wide receivers there for the future and for now with Julio, you know, and Tyreek and Cook and all those guys is decent. That's probably your strongest position there. Adam Troutman, Hayden Hurst, Eric Ebron. I love Troutman. I just did a take on him and Hayden Hurst. I think that's a sleeper pick, my personal opinion. I think that's great. If I had to give you this team, I think you are low on running backs. You need more running back depth. You could have gotten some more value there. So B-.
Yeah. Do you think Tannehill's too early or no? Like, he probably wouldn't have. That's the issue with drafting at the 1-1.
That makes sense.
You have to reach on players. I literally just drafted at the 1-1 in a startup.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Tannehill is definitely a bit early. You know, you could have Etienne Eckler, Aaron Jones there, Javonte Williams. All right.
I do see a question in the chat. We will leave time for a Q&A at the very end. We're just going to give out draft grades quickly, okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to hide our faces as well.
So, Team 2, Jack, you have Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston. Your running backs are DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Kareem Hunt, Javion Hawkins, really strong room.
Shoot,
A.J.
son.
Brown, Claypool, Lockett, Ruggs, Gage, Jefferson. Your tight ends are Ish Smith, Irv Smith, Logan Thomas, and Knox. I like this team. Quarterback room, other than Josh Allen, is weak, but it's okay because you got Josh Allen to rely on. Your running back room is real strong, especially for the future. You got Swift, Etienne, Javonte, Hunt you can rely on for the next 3 to 4 years. Obviously, the rookies will last longer. I really like your running back room. And somehow your wide receiver room still looks good. You got
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, Claypool, Lockett. Those three are guys that you can rely on in the future. Ruggs is the guy who's got massive upside. Obviously, tight ends is your weakest position. But Logan Thomas is young in tight end years, so I actually really like this team. I'm going to give it an A minus, and the only reason is because your quarterback 2 and your tight ends are slightly weak.
Okay. Team 3, Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Taylor Heineke. I
You
think
might want to move the cursor up a little bit. By the way.
yeah, I've been trying to. It's like it's weird. It's like glitched right now.
Oh, well, you can. You see that little arrow in the bottom right? You can make that go down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's down
Nice.
right
There
now.
you go. You're
It's
good.
completely down. Okay. From the top, Kyler, Marvin Jones, Taylor Heineke, decent. You know, you don't technically have a wide receiver, quarterback 2, especially in SuperFlex, so it's a little bit hard there. J.K. Dobbins, Austin Eckler, Trey Sermon, Kenneth Gainwell, Keyshawn Vaughn, and Jaden McKissick, decent. Top 3 guys are good value there. Kenneth Gainwell is great value, so your running back room is good, in my opinion. I like it. DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, T. Higgins, St. Brown, Mims. It starts off strong. I mean, I think we spoke about DJ Moore. You know, you could have gotten a better guy, in our opinion. We're not high on DJ. You could have gotten Ayuk, Keenan even. I think we probably would have gone Keenan maybe over DJ. Who knows?
Devontae. I would even gone Devonta Smith.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's good. Dallas Goedert in the 8th. I think that's great in my opinion. And then Evan Ingram there in the late round value. You also got Josh Palmer. I didn't say. Shout out to Josh Palmer, the 25. I like this. I like this team. In my opinion, I think you're weak at quarterback, but other than that, I give this like a B plus, A minus.
Okay. So Badaki, am I on your team now?
Yeah.
Okay.
My team.
Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock. Running backs, Cam Akers, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Michael Quarterback, Darnell Henderson, which is a good pick, low-key late. Khalil Herbert, Tevin Coleman. Wide receivers are Allen Robinson, Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore, Jalen Reagor, Kadarius Toney, Dwayne Eskridge. Tight ends are Jonnu and Pat Freiermuth. It's a good team. There's actually no glaring weaknesses. You know, I think I probably wouldn't have gone Daniel Jones, but that's just my opinion. Again,
Yeah.
I get it, and that's definitely like a gut check for you. I love every pick until Daniel Jones, like genuinely, and that's supposed to be a compliment. I love every pick. I love the Jackson pick. I love your running back room. I love your wide receivers. You've got a strong foundation in the first 8 picks. Tight ends, if Freiermuth pans out, you know, you found a steal.
Yeah.
Jonnu could pan out, but obviously tight ends are going to be your weakest position. You probably know that. I actually really like the Henderson pick, low key, because I think, you know, we don't realize how young he is.
Yeah.
And he's pretty talented. I'm gonna give you an A minus here.
Okay.
Again, the tight end's a little bit weak. That's really the only reason. Tight end, and then I wouldn't have taken Daniel Jones.
Okay.
So.
I got scared. I thought you froze or something. I was like, oh shit.
No, I was just trying to process.
Okay. Shout out to Brandon for subscribing. Thank you so much, man. We'll get to your question once we're done with this. Team 5-7, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Jimmy G, and Davis Mills. A lot of depth there. I mean, I think you took Baker Mayfield, my personal opinion, too early. You could have had Aaron Rodgers. You could have had a Tua. You know, you could have had someone even younger, in my opinion. But it's decent. Josh Jacobs, he went for the late round running back strategy. Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon, Gus Edwards, Rashad Penny, Shoney Michelle. You're weak. That's your weakest point for me. Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon is great value.
Yeah, super weak.
But other than that, I don't see any use for any of these other guys. And I see in my eyes, you have one running back you can start right now, and that's Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's a little bit hard. Justin Jefferson, Scary Terry, Deontay, Laviska Shenault, Amari Rogers, Mecole Hardman. Decent. I like all these guys. Shenault is amazing value. I just took him in my Dynasty startup. Deontay, we like it. I mean, I think maybe I would have preferred a Waddle, maybe. I think it's good. It's good. I like it. I like Deontay. Let me stop being biased there. George Kittle and Mike Gesicki. Great picks there. So look, I think you lack in running backs. That's the biggest weakness there, and that's huge. You really only have one running back if we really think about it. So C+, I'll be really harsh there, in my personal opinion. C+, B- for me.
Here's what I'll say quickly though. This because obviously tried a zero RB strategy. Like you're gonna win a lot of games from your first four players, right? So you just have to see if it pans out for you or not. I get the strategy, but yeah, you're so weak at running back.
Yeah,
right,
Brendan's
Jacob.
right, by the way. Sorry. He was like, wait, wasn't Baker after Rodgers?
Yes,
You're right. He was.
is right.
I was just reading it backwards.
All right, Jacob. I think it's your first time drafting with us. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming along. Your quarterbacks are Fields, Tua, Ben Roethlisberger. Running backs are CMC, Mike Davis, James Conner, Madison, Cohen, and Hill. Your tight end is Kyle Pitts and Tanyan. Wide receivers are Jamar Chase, Michael Thomas, OBJ, Robert Woods, Darnell Mooney, Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, I honestly, when I read CMC, I expected your running back room to be real strong.
Right.
But this is one of the worst running back rooms. Mike Davis in the 7th is far, far too early. He's only got 1 year on his contract. He might not even keep that role throughout the year. So running back is your obvious weakness, which is crazy to say because you have CMC. There's a lot of question marks in the quarterback room. I like Fields. We are both believers in Fields, Badaki and I, so I think I'm okay with it. But it's still question marks. Same with Tua.
Yeah.
You got Kyle Pitts in the 3rd. I love Kyle Pitts in the 3rd. I don't think it's too early. He's my tight end 1 in Dynasty, so I really, really like that pick. And I think you've got good wide receivers that you can rely on. But still, other than Jamar Chase, Michael Thomas, there's not elite wide receiver options here. You got a lot riding on this team. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Pitts, Fields, Jamar Chase, Tua, Darnell Mooney. All these players, you got a lot riding on them. So I'm going to have to give you a B- just because there's a lot of uncertainty. But if Fields and Pitts and Chase all pan out the way Badaki and I both think they will, then you could definitely be a team that could compete for championships. Hope that makes sense.
Okay. King Adams, 1.7. Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Cam Newton, Taysom Hill. Good depth. Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, good 2 starting quarterbacks for you there. Najee, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, David Johnson, and Jamal Williams. Look, Jamal Williams is a nice little sleeper there in my personal opinion. David Johnson, I also think he's a nice little sleeper there at the 12th. I think I would have gone youth there, but I still like David Johnson because I think he could win you a couple weeks. And Chase Edmonds, I think I probably would have gone maybe a Ronald Jones over Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris maybe over Chase Edmonds potentially. Detective Adams, Amari Cooper, DJ Chark, Michael Pittman, Corey Davis, Cole Beasley, John Brown. I don't mind it. A good mix of youth and some talent there. Not really youth, but really just see Michael Pittman as a youth guy in my personal opinion. But I don't mind the wide receiver room. Darren Waller in the 4th, crazy. That's great. And David Njoku is nothing in my opinion. So you really only have one tight end. So it's probably your strongest and weakest position there. And your running backs are probably kind of weak as well, in my opinion. I think this team is kind of decent. I'm liking it. I'm convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think, you know, there's some players I wish you would have had, but I still like the players you do have. I give this a B, B flat.
Yeah.
I don't mind
All
it.
right. Do you want to do my team quickly?
Oh yeah, yeah. Trey Lance, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, and Kellen Mond. Good depth. Kellen Mond, good taxi guy. And then you got Aaron Rodgers if he does play in Trey Lance with Matt Ryan as a backup just in case if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley, Monty, Ronald Jones, Zach Moss, Ramondre Stevenson, and Evans there. I like your running back room, in my personal opinion. You know how I feel about Ronald Jones. Zach Moss is climbing up my
Yep.
rankings, uh, which is great. So I think that's great value. Wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Bateman, Michael Gallup, Marvin Jones. I'm not a huge fan of Marvin Jones, in my personal opinion. I know your thought process on Michael Gallup, and you know if he's wide receiver 3, if he goes to
Yep.
another team, he can be wide receiver 1. Who knows? Cole Kmet and Brevin Jordan. I think for me, my weakness for your team is your wide receivers. I think you only have 3 wide receivers
Mhm.
in Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and Rashad Bateman. Other than that, I think your team's pretty good. And you already know how I feel about Say at the top there. Trey Lance, we know how that goes.
Yep.
I think maybe I would have wanted you to reach for Javonte where Monty's at. Maybe that's too
Devontae
much.
was off the board already, bro.
Oh,
I
he
would have
was.
done
I
that.
keep looking at it backwards. Then you did right. Then you did right. Say less. B flat as
Great.
well. B flat as well.
Okay. B flat. All right, Garrett. You've got Hurts, Wilson, Goff. Running backs are Cook, Chubb, Harris, Singletary, Chubbard, Mack. Wide receivers are Ridley, Waddle, Samuel, Boyd, De'Ami Brown, Tutu Atwell. Tight ends are Andrews, Hooper, and Howard. Um, I, I have to be honest. I really am not in love with this team.
Mm.
Um, Cook is great. He's got a limited ceiling or lifespan in Dynasty. Same with Chubb. Obviously, you're kind of when you take guys like that, you're kind of entering win now mode, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't like Hurts in the third. Again, I don't think we will know if he's the starter of this team next year. Love Wilson. There's a risk. Ridley, I would have taken Lamb over Ridley. I would have taken, Lamb over Ridley. I still like Ridley. I like the pick. I need to shut up. Andrews, I love the pick. I think it's great value. I don't know,
I
man.
personally don't mind it. I mean,
It's it.
I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, do you want to give a grade for this one?
No, no, I don't think it's
Okay.
terrible, but
Look, I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's a C plus team. That's just my personal opinion. Hurts in the third, way too high. I would have rather had Watson with his situation. Ryan Tannehill. I just think you could have punted quarterback there and waited
yeah,
for another quarterback to come around
that makes
and
sense.
grabbed Hopkins, Evans, or Hopkins, Lamb, and then gotten Ridley on the turn. I don't know. I'm just not in love with the team in a dynasty perspective. That's just me.
All right, Harry, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, and Ryan Fitz, decent, not terrible. You got that backup with Fitz, and if Deshaun does come back, that's scary. Okay, JT, Zeke, Lenny, Drake, Hines, and Johnson. I actually don't mind that. Lenny's interesting. Drake, he could either be the smoke screen or he can, like Zach saying, that Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb vibe out there in Vegas. Himes, that PPR monster over there. Keenan Allen, Devonta Smith, Cortland Sutton, Curtis Samuel, Hollywood Brown, Paris Campbell, Kirk Cousins, Christian Kirk. Those 2 guys are relevant for me. I like everyone up. So I think your wide receivers are decent. I do believe Hollywood could be a deep sleeper this year. So I think you got great value there, in my opinion. Noah Fant and Blake Jarwin. Ooh, I like that. I like Blake Jarwin. I don't know if you saw our tight ends to sleeper tight ends. Blake Jarwin was on that list. I like this team. I really like this team. I love Cortland Sutton. I see a lot of upside, and I see Deshaun Watson there, which is crazy. I think this is a B plus for me. I think everywhere
Okay.
else falls off. The last 3 picks falls off. Naeem Hunt has value. Drake has value. I think that's how I see it.
Alrighty. Azim, you got Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence. You went with the stack early on,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it worked out really well for you.
Bro, this
Your
is crazy how he did this.
Wilson, Lawrence, Brady, by far the best quarterback room. You still got Mixon, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard, Mitchell, Latavius Murray, and Gurley. Still a great running back room. Your wide receivers are Kenny Galladay, Juju, Adam Thielen, Will Fuller, A.B. Brown, Antonio Brown,
AB Brown.
Mike Williams. Tight ends is Hawkinson and Gronk. This is potentially one of the best teams.
Yeah,
Now,
this is
you are
hand down my team.
obviously win now mode, though, right?
No youth
Uh,
besides.
you've got T-Law.
Yeah. Joe's pretty young still.
Other than that,
Simon
like
Sanders.
you're really in a win now mode. I think this team would win this. If they did the right moves and waiver wire and trades, I think they would win in the first year. Would have a chance to win in the second year. This is a good team. It's an A. It's a solid A. The only reason it's not an A plus is because there's no future.
Yeah, I agree. All right, landing on the 12th guy here. Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Chris Carson, Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay, and Jamar Jefferson. Derrick Henry just too high, man. Could have went anyone else. Chubb, Harris, Akers, Swift, anyone else. Derrick Henry in a dynasty for us is too early at the 2.1. Okay, D Hop, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Robbie Anderson, Parker, and Aguilar. This is an old wide receiver room besides Hopkins still old. There's no youth there. There's no future in the wide receiver room, in my personal opinion. This is a win now team as well, for sure. Travis Kelce, Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz, all win now people. And Carson Wentz, Jordan Love, Kyle Trask. This is probably the weakest running quarterback room. Carson Wentz, he does play now. There's good opportunity, good upside. I think it's a little bit. Say that again.
Sorry, I was just saying it's a real weak quarterback room,
Yeah.
especially
If
flex.
Jordan Love does play this year and Aaron Rodgers doesn't sit out, then you do have 2 quarterbacks to start. But at the moment, we're just projecting. I'm just projecting for me that he's not going to play. So in reality, you just have Carson Wentz. So maybe you could have gotten somebody. Maybe you could have taken Tom Brady instead of Robbie. But then again, that's still old. That's more of a win now team. There's no youth here at all on this team. Not even a second year guy on this team. Thinking about it, Jordan Love's second year, but other than that, he's not playing this year. Kyle Trask, good taxi squad guy.
Honestly, this feels like a redraft team. It doesn't feel like a dynasty team.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a dynasty team. You're right. I'm just reading Brandon's comment. Brandon, Zach Ertz is a win never tight end. That's funny.
Hey, he was pretty valuable, a couple years ago.
Bro, I
but
took
yeah,
him.
not
I
now.
took him last year. Like
That was
it
train.
really he bent me over there. Sorry.
Quick grade.
Quick grade. I like it. Win now team, not a future team for Dynasty. I think this is a B plus just purely because I can see him in the playoffs easily right now.
Yeah. I would be a lot more harsh. I would say C.
Okay.
Just a flat C. Because like your quarterback one is a guy I would feel slightly uncomfortable as my quarterback two. Carson Wentz. So if Love pans out, you're chilling.
Yeah.
Anyway. Any questions? We've got some time,
back.
5 minutes for Q&A, or you need to go?
We can do quick shots. Oh my gosh, what happened to
Okay.
what happened to our video there?
Oh,
There we go.
I'm gonna answer Brendan's question because he did have a question. He said, "Thoughts on this? I traded the 104 and a 2022 first and third in a SuperFlex startup for the 101. Wanted to guarantee a top 3 quarterback.
2020 first and third.
Um,
And a Superflex starter for wanted to guarantee a top 3. Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard. I think it's hard because of the prospects coming in. Who's going to be that guy? But then again, I mean, that's what.
So no. He's saying this is a dynasty startup. He grabbed the 101. gave up the 104 and a first next year and a third next year. Um,
Oh,
so I don't know. I mean, if I'm the guy who got the 101 into that trade, I'm probably cheering. I'm just gonna be
yeah.
honest.
Okay, that makes sense.
I am super comfortable if Justin Herbert fell to me at the 104.
Lamar Jackson would have fell to you at the 104 potentially. A Dak
Yeah,
Prescott would have been there. Depending on
I get
how
it.
they draft, you could have gotten a Kyler
Yeah,
potentially.
I get the thought process. But personally, it's not something that I would have done. I would have just stayed at the 104, not given up any future assets. The reality is when you do that, you also kind of put yourself in a win now mode, like automatically, because you don't want to be bad this year. If you're bad this year, then you could have given up like a top 5 pick in the next year's rookie draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're kind of really limiting your draft when you do that. Now I think you have to go win now with your strategy, because you don't want to be a bad team next year and then give this guy that you just traded like the number 1 overall pick. So it's not something I would have done, Badaki.
Yeah. I see why you did it. You're right. I don't think that's something that I would have done either. I can understand guaranteeing a top 3 quarterback. I think I'm just scared. Just think of
Yeah.
the value that you just left on the board because you could have gotten still good value there at the
Yeah.
104.
I will say, this happens quite often. People ask us questions, and we just want to give our honest answer. So I hope you know where we're coming from. We just want to give our honest answer. We don't ever want to just hype people up to hype them up. We want to help people if we can. Um, it makes it hard for us to give advice after something's happened. Like if something's already happened, we can be like, oh, we probably wouldn't have done that. We give out unlimited personal replies and fantasy advice on our Patreon. I know it's a plug, but again, it's the same link that's already
Yeah.
pinned in the chat. Patreon.com/FantasylandFam. For as little as $5 a month, you can literally hit our line unlimited
Correct.
Q&A back and forth, and we're going to give you all the answers. So before you would have made that trade, we would have been able to text you and walk you through our thought process. It's so hard because we get so many people who have already done things and then ask for advice, and it's like, oof, we wouldn't have done it, but this is what you have to do now to adjust.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. We want to help people. Patreon's the easiest way for us to make that a priority.
Right.
Um,
All right.
Azim says two. Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say 2 minutes, 11:03, and then we'll go.
Yeah,
We'll
because
answer.
you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Badaki has to go to work, so we have to do this. We have to wrap this up. Sorry. 2 questions. In a single quarterback league, do you guys feel like it should be single flex or double flex?
I think we play single flex. I like single flex personally. I personally
Yeah.
never done a double. Something that I would do, but I think single flex.
I think single flex is you just have to be more strategic. So I would say single flex.
Correct.
But I don't think there's a wrong answer, really. Just preference. Brendan says, yeah, definitely in a win now mode. I'm just excited to have the 101 and still keep my 209 and 304 on the way back. Yeah, I get it. I get it for sure. Azim says, if you are in a win now team with some youth, would you trade Javonte Williams, Marquise, and Evan Ingram for Travis Kelce? No.
No.
One quarterback and other running backs are Saquon, Clyde, and Akers.
I don't think I'll do it.
You know what? It's hard, man, because the thing with Kelce is like he really only has 2 years of this production left. So, and we really believe in Javonte Williams. That's why this is hard for us.
Yeah.
We really believe in Javonte Williams. Hey, if you think you can make this trade and win straight away and you haven't won yet, do it, I think. But you're going to regret it when Javonte is a star.
Okay.
But Aki's got to go to work.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll take Kelce for sure.
Yeah.
Look, all good guys. I think sorry, I have to cut it short, unfortunately, because I do have to go. But look, patreon.com/FantasylandFam. You guys want to play in Fantasy League with us? If you have any questions, Dynasty, whatever the case may be, send us a message. We'll do that. Zach's gonna be on. I'll be away from my phone for a couple hours, but send us a message. Let us know if you have any questions. We're gonna do another Dynasty Startup mock draft on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. We're excited. We're excited.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, let us know. Huge love. Thank you for
Just
joining.
quickly, just quickly.
Hmm.
As I think about that more, I would
Hmm.
take the trade. Just if I want to win now, I would take the trade.
Okay.
But I would be worried about my future. Anyway, yep. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Just
Huge
so you know,
love.
Badaki and I don't hate each other.
This is
We're
the
still
last
in this.
stream ever. I hate Zach. I'm never going to see him
Subscribe.
ever again. Fantasyland
Yeah,
is
yeah.
dead.
Shout out to Dexon for just burning our relationship. No, it's okay.
Oh, good, y'all. We'll see you on Wednesday.
We'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll see you for the live.
Peace.